Welcome everyone to the third session on An Introduction to the Study of Literature by Hudson. In today's session, we will be discussing about themes and classification of literature mentioned by Hudson. So in the book An Introduction to the Study of Literature, the book is a very interesting guide for beginners of literature. So here he is making a division or classification of literature in two ways. The first one is that of theme-wise classification, and the second is content-wise classification. So he says that literature comes out of life, hence life is the primary theme of literature. But later, he confirms five themes of literature. So let's discuss what are the various themes of literature that Hudson discussing in this essay. The first is the personal experiences of individual as individuals. So this includes the things which make up the sum total of the writer's personal life. It suggests that literature deals with the personal thoughts, ideas, experience, problems, and achievement of a writer's life. It is an expression of his personal life as well. So, whatever experience a man is having as an individual, he reports all these experience in literature with enough sincerity. So that is the first one, the personal experiences of individual as individual. And the second is the experience of man as man. So some experiences of man as man are always the same, such as the great common question of life and death, sin and destiny, God and man's relation to God, and the general fate of human race. It is applicable to everyone, each and every human being. So if literature deals with all these aspects of man's life as man, in this way, these form one of the major themes of literature. The first one we discussed, the individual experience of man as an individual. And the second one is the experience of man as man, wherein the literature deals with common aspects that appeals to everyone. Okay, that is applicable in everyone's life. And the third theme can be drawn from the relation of individual with the entire social world. So here, the relation of a person, a writer, to his fellows or to the social world, and also this also forms an essential theme in literature. So literature, in fact, is a revelation of man's relation with the whole world, his response to the society, his response to the problems that he is encountering. So how man acts or reacts to the world, that literature shows us. So that is the third theme. And the fourth element is the external world of nature and our relation to it. So man lives in the lap of nature. So nature has great importance in life of a human being. So we cannot think of our existence without nature. It is a good friend of man. It's a guide. It's a motivator. So it has different roles. So it is sure that nature finds expression in all activities of man, even in including literature. So in literature, we find expression of a writer's love of nature and the relation of human with it. So it is the fourth theme. And the fifth one is man's effort to create and express under the various forms of literature and art. So that effort, that that feeling to express through the forms of literature and art. That's the fourth one. Fifth one, man by his nature is unable to keep his experience, observations, emotions, ideas, fancies to himself. He is at the same time under the stress of constant desire of expressing these to others. And for that also, he has to choose a medium. So thus, that man's own effort to create and express under the various forms of literature and art forms this theme of literature. So these are the broad 5 classification, and that's we can conclude like the first one is the literature of purely personal experience. The next is the literature of common life of man as man. And the third one is the literature of the social world under all its aspects. And the fourth one is the literature which treats nature. And the fifth one is the literature which treats of literature and art. That's the first classification, theme-based classification. Next, we are moving on to the content-based classification. Here, he is again classifying it into 3 groups. The first one is personal literature, the second one is objective literature, and the third one is descriptive literature. So personal literature, as the name suggests, it's a literature of self-expression. It includes different kinds of lyric of poetry, the poetry of meditation, the poetry of argument, elegy, and it also includes essays, treatise, criticism, written from personal point of view. Okay, that is personal literature. And when we move on to objective literature, it means literature which deals objectively with the life of other people, like history, biography, ballad, epic, romance in verse and prose, the story in verse and prose, novel and drama. All these are examples of objective literature. So there won't be any subjective element in that writing. And the third category is, this is not much an important division as mentioned about the many 2 groups, but Hudson says that it includes a book of travel or descriptive essays or poems that can be classified under descriptive literature. So to conclude, we can say that Hudson suggests us 2 broad classification. The first one is theme-based classification, where we have seen 5 themes he had identified. And the second category is that of content-based classification. There also he has discussed 3 division: personal, objective, and descriptive. Thank you all.